Now, when it comes to this show, especially because most of you know I've been gone for a while, you guys realize a lot of the times when I come back, I tend to do the show as if I'm hungover. Like, this show should not be presented by Ben Stein or Microsoft Microsoft Sam. And, like, I mean, it'd be pretty interesting if Siri can, like, hold out a whole 15-minute show, wouldn't it? But, you know, I'm no professor. I am your host. And I never want to just dumb down anything. I never want to simplify anything and just... Really, this whole forum is not just talking to a camera. It's instead just sharing some of my curiosity and observations with you. And, you know, when I'm away for a very long time, which we'll cover a little bit throughout the show, I feel that it takes away from my creativity. Because I don't like sounding like every vlogger ever on this channel, but it's true. There's some truth to, this is like the 17th time I've tried to make this video. I made this video before, I played it back, but I just didn't like it. Keep your head out of the viewfinder and just edit something, because that is your goal in life. Edit. Slow and steady wins the race. Just don't act hungover. That's the moral of the story. Well, anyway, the Rob Rodriguez Show is back, starting after our opening credits. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, I've been gone for 3 months, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, the sensible thing a lot of people would probably be thinking is, oh, he was probably just busy, you know, focusing on maybe making the quality of his content better and researching ways to be a better presenter. You know, that's beautifully put, but no. Instead, I've basically been living under a rock for 3 months yet. The most action I've gotten was CNN and Old Town Road. Also, of course, you know that I'm up all hours of the night usually. And to my surprise, Nick at Nite, like, it was 6 in the morning and I noticed, oh, they're playing Full House right now. It was like kind of amusing because they stopped playing the show for a while. And I don't know, I'm getting messages like, hey, did you see this? Full House is on Nick at Night right now, right? Between me and my friend, via text. And it dawned on me, knowing what we know now, especially with the college tuition scandal and Aunt Becky, it sounds like Nickelodeon hasn't heard of a little thing called timing, right? I mean, it's kind of apparent that they haven't heard of timing because they play Friends like 6 times a night. I mean, you can only hear "How you doing" so many times, I swear. So you know how it is when you plan ahead of time and you can just know what to expect on your commute to work or recreation. I mean, that all sounds great in a perfect world, but most of us work pretty spontaneously, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, like, we make a plan last minute. We're like, I'm bored at the house. What do I do? Oh, I know, I'm just going to walk around the mall. I mean, window shopping sure is fun. Yeah, how far will you go with that? Making plans last minute and not doing a follow-up to make sure your commute can be very smooth to said plans. Yeah, you know, it doesn't really add up because, you know, you could run into rain or really bad traffic. I really hate using that word now. You know, inconvenience is like that. They just poke holes in your plans like an annoying kid at a picnic table, you know? Yeah, I see what you're doing, given that tablecloth windows. Doesn't look nice at all. Anyway, I mentioned this in a much earlier video. Last fall I went to Disney World, and it was a good time. Things worked out, but it was just kind of a mess showing up with very little money in my pocket at the time. It's like you don't just. It's very inconvenient to just show up to Disney World and see all these shops, all these experiences, and then you only have $80 in your pocket, like just starting out. Like that's just one night. I mean, like I went to this burger place at downtown Disney. I almost said Disney Springs. Oh, Disney Springs downtown. Yeah, that place. And like it's like, oh, this burger's $9. I ended up paying $20 for that burger. So what are we gonna do with the remaining $60? I don't know. Buy Goofy gummies, like the inconveniently priced $7 gummy bears with Goofy's face on it. Yeah, I might have been better off in the clearance aisle or the knockoff Disney World. Yeah, come on by to Tiffany Place and take your Fujifilm quick snaps and take a quick photo with Milky Mouse over here at the corner of Times Square. It'll be fun. Zippity doo doo. Now, speaking of Disney, I've seen a lot of memes on social media about Winnie the Pooh lately. Like, just a lot of affirmations. And I'm thinking to myself, what would be so out there if Winnie the Pooh shared an apartment with you? Yeah, think about this. Wouldn't Winnie the Pooh just be the worst roommate ever, if you think about it? I mean, you come home from a long day of work, and it's the first of the month, and then you walk into the kitchen area, and then you're like, hey Pooh, it's time to pay the rent, and we haven't received your half yet. Oh, bother, I spent all my money on the honey. You can't keep doing this, Pooh. And also, when I have company over, when my family's over, I just ask that you put on some pants while you're at it. Even when I'm home, just put a pair of slacks on. Even boxers are even fine. As long as they got that button in the middle. Ew. Just put some pants on. Well, we've got a lot of show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. So everybody knows that feeling, like nobody likes it. The feeling that you aren't doing anything. I mean, it's the worst, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. There's a phrase for something like this, and that phrase is not guilty. No. No, actually that word is lazy AF. So you can relate, like, whether you're at work or at school, you're always partnered with somebody, and they seem to do all the work, or you seem to do all the work, You get into all the technical stuff, you build the project, you write the census, the written part. I don't know why I said census. And, voila, the project's done. And then once the supervisor, the higher up, observes it, she's like, oh, interesting. How did this come about? And then Mr. Overachiever over here says, well, I used a Phillips head screwdriver to get this part done, and then clay to get this part done. Just see the red here. It makes Mercury look a lot more authentic here. And of course, the sun is an orange that I froze, so the project has to be in the freezer every 12 hours. Isn't that nice? And of course, each and every star is actually an LED light that blinks on and off. Interesting. And what did you do? And I helped. Bringing it back to the good old days of school. Yep. You realize that every now and again there was a kid that was picked on. And some of them get picked on so much that a parent actually has to come into the classroom and talk to the kids about being nice to their kid, you know? To be honest, I don't really think that's helping. All it is all the kids are hearing is, oh no, the teacher's gonna yell at us, and then write notes to our parents. But yeah, you know, it's not really helping, and like, you can just hear the parents lecture. Like, a good example is, our kid is a human being. She should be treated with respect and treat others the way you want to be treated. Like, what if I just go around this classroom and just roast everybody? Miss Johnson, I wouldn't recommend that. Shut up. I'm in the zone here. Look at you, midriff Susan. Put a regular shirt on your dress code. And you, vegan Eddie, I saw you at the McDonald's the other day. Stop being such a hypocrite. I don't care if bananas are the superfruit. And don't get me started, no shoes, Carlos. He's got a boot from an injury. Oh, okay. Gluten-free Steve, you're cool. Just be nice to my kid, please. Okay, so basically all this parent did, well, yes, supporting their kid in their own mind. Now, like, basically all you did was now every kid's gonna want to just keep away from her. And now they're gonna be picked last for dodgeball through high school. Yeah, I hope you're happy now. It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like when you plan on using exact change, but you lost your nickel. Alright, this week's list is titled 5 Reasons You Parked Your Car Badly. Yeah, see the good grammar here? Badly instead of bad. The whole world's gonna tell you right now, gonna tell you once again who's bad. Yep. So, at number 5, wow, so many exhales, my goodness. Number 5, it was Black Friday. Number 4, technically I'm not in the handicap spot. Number 3, just going in for a second, so I parked in the fire lane. Number 2, it'll be easier to reverse out if I park slanted. And number 1, 5 reasons to park your car badly. I don't care if what am I reading? No, okay, let's try that again. Number 1, 5 reasons to park your car badly. I don't want to get my tires wet and there's a puddle. Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know how to follow me on social media. Until next time, yes, there will be a next time. I'm going to be here just doing what I should have done for the last 3 months, which is follow social media influencers and watch random channels on YouTube until the next Friday and the Friday after next. Just like Taylor Swift says, I promise that you'll never find another like me. He. Okay, see you.